Hello everyone, how is everyone going? Hope everyone's going good. Hello Pooja. Hello Avani. 13 says, recent feelings and intentions please. I assume you mean for Omar? Recent feelings and intentions for Omar for 13. Well, he's deciding something, which seems to be good. But overall, I think his energy is more distance from other people, so I wouldn't say that he's really focused on anybody or anything right now. So, Aldonia says a current general, please. Hello, Sagittarius. Oh my god. I'm going to reshuffle that. The next, those two came out again. So, Aldonia, current fear, current energies for you. Wheel of Fortune, trust the universe is taking you where you need to go. And also, Four of Wands means that there is a celebration either for you or someone else. So definitely get a dress, a good dress if you haven't already. But yeah, celebration coming in for you. Sagittarius says general for September. Okay, so you have a celebration card here. You have quite a good sense of self. So any good things coming in for you for the end of August into September. So I would say mid-September are going to be good. Just focus on moderation. Don't get too overwhelmed. Because if you get overwhelmed, you might start slipping into old destructive habits or behaviors. That's what I would say. Pooja says, what are the feelings of Biswet for me? Okay, so it seems like they're staying, but they don't really know what they want. So they're kind of not thinking about moving in or being committed. So they're at the moment balancing their spirituality and practicality, so they might not feel ready for a big change or a big shift in romance right now. You're very welcome, Sagittarius. Fatima says, will he make a love offer to you? You should trust the Wheel of Fortune. Wherever it's taking you. There is a message card for you to release your ex. Time to release your energy. And yes, there seems to be a wedding. This situation involves marriage. So I would definitely say just keep on keeping on. But yeah, if you're really being close to someone like in your past, you should release and let go of them. Priya says, what are AJ's current feelings for me? There's definitely chasing involved, but there's also judgment. So this person's like in two minds, I feel. Like they seem very aloof, but they're also chasing you. You know that bit where, when you're playing that game, a kid's game, and like you have to sneak up on the person? And every time you sneak up on the person, if they turn around, you have to pretend you're not sneaking. That's what the energy feels like for me. It's like, oh, I'm not sneaking, but I am, but you can't see that. So, Post oily words. If they post oily words, then unfortunately the thing keeps on scrolling, Cynthia. So it's like first come, first serve, unfortunately. Ivani says, when will I marry and whom? Ankit, a canal, or other one? Okay, so it seems like you're just not ready in this point of time to settle down. And I would say it's because you're getting too caught up in you're not thinking like in the present. It's like, yeah, you're not thinking in the present. You're not figuring out where you're going. The Empress in reverse means like there's no kids, or you're blocking the energy of having kids. It says free yourself. It's time to take control back in your life. So it seems like you should really like open up to the experience of love instead of just like being worried about who you should marry. You should take that time and figure out what people make you feel. Open your heart and give and receive the highest energy of all. So there you go. Uh, you're very welcome, Priya. Butterfly, may I know what AK's current feelings for me? Is he really shifting away from me or just bluffing? This person, I don't know. They are kind of bluffing, but they're kind of not, because they don't know what they want. And when they don't know what they want, they're kind of really pushing themselves away from you, but they're also pushing themselves towards you. So this is like over affection or over flirtation. And this person's kind of caught up in their own space. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So just be in your present moment. Don't kind of get stuck in a certain kind of gear. Allow them to kind of do their wibbly wobbly stuff away from you, and then see if they want to come back. Just don't spend too much on that. Kay says, what message can you tell me this week, please? And thank you. You're very welcome. The lovers are coming in for you. So this means if you're not in a relationship, there's a possible soulmate connection this week, or your connection's going to grow and deepen. There's something that you're struggling on that you should walk away from because it's just taking too much of your energy. I'm just going to grab a Moonology card for that. Okay, so it says that even if you walk away, there seems to be a win-win outcome forecast. So you might get what you want, just a different way. I guess that's what I would say. I am going good. Thank you, positive vibes. General career guidance. King of Swords. You tend to be orientated around people that are quite bossy or quite demanding of your time. And I do see why, like, this might be a little bit more I think that I see where your problem is. You usually get employed by people that are a little bit too old. Like they want to do something certain way. They have a very short temper. And I do see you wanting to expand and broaden your horizons. And a lot of people just like shut you down or sit there and go, that's stupid. And this causes like friction or kind of uh, how would I explain it? You just have to like like do what they want, and that's kind of causing you to feel this way. So how can we do this? There's kind of a little bit of a bit where you're right. Like, these people that you get employed by, they have been so out of touch for so long how to do things that it's kind of laughably funny. And I think that you're so outgoing that you can start your own network, you can do your own like, one thing that you would be very good at is marketing. Once just have that kind of fire and passion and energy that's kind of wasted in your normal day to day. Let's bring you a thing. Sheena, you need to keep posting your question. So step outside your comfort zone and your dreams need a practical plan. So there you go, Tarot. I hope that helped. Gayatri says, first question, what are G's current feelings towards me? The lovers came on, so that's a positive sign. Temperance. So this person's taking it slowly with you, but there is quite a lot of love behind this. So I definitely feel like there's a lot of love, but this person's taking it slowly because they either don't want to scare you off or they've been hurt before. Hello, PJ. Will Mana get his karma back for the wrong thing he did to me? This person knows that they did wrong. They'll never admit what they did. They'd rather pretend like they didn't do anything wrong. But at the same time, as you move on and as you get longer, like along this journey that you're on, it'll start fading. I think the whole idea is that he's, how would I explain it? People usually have to live their karma because they usually are that kind of personality that even if they ignore it, it will come back to them. Jacqueline says, how you doing? I'm going good, Jacqueline. May I ask who wants to marry me? You're very welcome, Gayatri. Okay, so there is a death card here, a death card in reverse. So you might be holding on to someone in your past that you need to let go of, or a certain situation. So if someone did something bad to you, no, apparently it's a release your ex. The cards have been very specific about that. I don't know which ex, but one of them. The magician, there's ideas around you. So, you're attracting people on a ideas plane. So, how could I explain it? You just have a certain amount of magnetic. So people can't escape your magnetism. So sometimes this could just be in the plane of ideas. They might have some dreams about you or something like that. But it seems that at the moment, because you're still holding on to this person, you need to let them go for it to complete a cycle and you move on and you find the person that you're destined to be with, you know? Cynthia says, will Kamal give the job? Give me the job I applied for. Okay. The Hangman in reverse, you're just watching and waiting this. You might not. How can I explain it, though? I think you need to be more proactive on this compared to waiting for them. Because I think with the Hangman and this one, it feels like you're just waiting and they want someone that's more assertive, someone that's more confident, which you can be. You're just letting them take the lead though. Which is sometimes is a good idea, but in this one they really want you to step out and do that. People we meet, am I going to be in trouble with the law due to what happened to June? I want to ask, but I don't want to be rude, you know. There you won't need to go to court. There might be something to pay or different things to follow, so you don't have to go to court. But I don't see you going to court because of this card. So you have to kind of figure out a route that you won't go to court. There's like certain things you'll have to do, but I don't see like it being that hard to get around it. Farhana says, when will I get married? Well, we'll ask. Okay, so how long years wise will Farhana wait until being married? Well, you'll have to wait. It's like giving me a very lazy 3. It's about 2.5 years, 3 years. What day are you going to get married on is a good question. I want to know. I think it's a Friday. I think it's a Friday. So it's like 3 years, two to 2.5 years to 3 years. So there's only like 6 months difference on a Friday. So I don't know whether that's the case. Bava says, when will Kate message me? Okay. When will Kate message you? Well, it says that she will message you. Is that today though? It says perhaps for today. So it's soon though. Soon? So it's perhaps today or tomorrow. Like it's somewhere like early this week. It says perhaps, but it's because like they're playing a thing. Uchi says current feelings of A. Okay, so at the moment, A's feeling a little bit out of sorts. They're feeling very kind of frustrated or upset with their life. Mostly because I think they try to do things and other people get them into trouble for doing things or like criticize them for doing things. And they have to forgive and heal. So it seems like they've got to release and heal from the past if they experience more love in their present moments. So I don't think they're thinking about you, unfortunately, this week. I think they're just getting frustrated with a lot of other people. So Latonia says, will my ex and I get back together? Woohoo. Okay, so there's healing for both of you. But if you really want to get back together, you'll have to control the situation. So there seemed to be like some separation between you guys, which makes sense. Yeah, and flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. So if you want them back, you actually have to control the situation. You're very welcome, Ichi. Shin says, will my boyfriend marry me and will he remain loyal to me? Okay, so there seems to be some new love there. So I definitely feel like you guys are new to love. So maybe this is your first relationship, or like there's something kind of new here. So it's like a kind of a newer love. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. The Justice card in reverse. So I think maybe the newest of this newness of this relationship. Thank you. I actually know English now, even though it's my first language. Um, might I cause a rift between you guys because there might be some tit for tat involved. So it depends what you want to define as loyalty, because if let's say put down some ground rules and never kind of do the tit for tat behavior, because I do see that being very strong if you guys keep on going. It but this it could be just that you guys are new to learning about a lot of things that work in a relationship. Okay, so Butterfly says, what do you see about present energies of AK for me? Any action you see? There's two women here, so this is interesting. I feel like these two women expect a lot out of him, and this could be you, and this could be someone else. This could be actually his mom. A lot of times we have Queen of Cups in reverse. This could be a mother figure. Cups tend to be the mothers in relationships, but then what'll happen is you invest all your time in him, and your time is the most important part. So you want a lot of time back, and they want the emotional side of this person. So that's the hardest part, is that this person feels like they're being pulled between you two. Trust, this situation's calling you to have faith. So do realize that if they withdraw, it's just because they need to cope with that. Eamon says, where will be my marriage held? Don't run too quickly into marriage, ladies. Where is your marriage day going to be held? Ooh, that's close. That's like 2 years from now? 1.5, nearly 2 years, or just 2 years, I would definitely say. Butterfly, that Queen of Cups, is it his mom? Well, the pendulum says yes, so I'm definitely trusting that it's his mom. Usually when we get a reverse Queen of Cups, I usually say mother's energy. Okay, so Queen says, when will AN and AS have a crush on me at the same time? Okay. It seems like they're both giving you different energies, so, you know. That's the weirdest part about both of them. One of them treats you more like a friend, and the other one's actually really actively trying to chase. But there's also, like, this person, this one, I would say is AS based on your question, and this is AN. AN doesn't have a lot to give though. Like, they treat you like a friend, they're really happy that you're around, but AJ, this one here, the other one, uh, it actively tries to chase you, but they're also scared that you're going to run away. They kind of picked you, but they also have an understanding of what other options are out there. So don't keep this one waiting if you really want him. Thea said, "Did I handle the last 3 months well? Any advice for the remainder of 2022?" Okay, so CS. Okay. So the last 3 months. It's hard because there's like a difference between you and what you want. There's definitely this kind of like there's quite a lot of destructive energy, I feel. Like if something's not right, you tend to get very frustrated, maybe a little bit angry, but there's kind of like that throwing away of things. There's kind of like not seeing like what you've learned, not going, okay, how could I have done this better? There's no kind of like summing up the three months and going, okay, this is how not to build a light bulb. So then you don't have to do the same things again. Everything's a learning curve. So as soon as you go, I've learned this, I've learned that, I've learned the other, those problems won't bug me anymore. The Wheel of Fortune for the next, like the end of 2022, is trust your instincts. I think your instincts are quite smart. And trust the universe. There is the thought of being more in control of things instead of less in control of things. And maybe this is just mindset more than the actual physicality of the thing. That's alright, Queen. So I hope that helped you see us. Will I get married to him? Says Fatima. Yes. You're not in control. But this could be just like, when you don't think you can do something, when things seem so hard, it's a mind thing more than the actual thing, you know? Does that make sense, CS? Positive Vibes says, question 1, what does Sheher Rana think about Aliza Fatima? They're just not trying as much. They're kind of letting this person come towards them, so Fatima coming towards them. There's also like this person knows that the other person likes them or something, so they're being a little bit complacent, a little bit lazy, and I think that you have to realize that you might need this. A Fatima lady has to kind of back off a little bit, let them work. Past life relationship, apparently. You've known each other before. Stay optimistic in your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So it might be, yeah, that kind of bit where you just let them come to you. I just hope things don't get worse in comparison to the last 3 months. I don't see that, CS. But you have to figure out what you've learned from the last 3 months. Mo says, who's coming towards me for marriage? Page of Swords. They're just around the corner, I think. Yeah. So it's more like they're coming into your life quite quickly. Ace of Swords, don't worry about, like, don't feel like there's that much pressure. Just keep things going. And it's also like focus on the present, not focus on the future. So I feel like this person's coming in quite quickly. And yeah, a marriage is predicted for this. So this could be your next romantic relationship. So if you're asking me who's coming in, I don't know. It's not giving me any clues. It's just sitting there going, it's about now. I would say in the next couple of months, or even this month, it feels so quick. Alexandra says, Anchor Scorpio feel and the future. Is he the one? I think. Okay. So there's kind of like this unsticking process. So this person's actually got physically unstuck. He's also thinking about finances even though he doesn't control them. There's kind of this bit where this person's thinking a lot about the future. Because they're plotting and scheming about what they want, which is a good sign that they're actually focused on things. The Lovers and Upright, I would definitely say, is a positive expectation that this person's coming in for you as a soulmate. So I definitely would say so. But this person's thinking a lot about the future and thinking about finances, even though they don't want to work on finances, they are going to have to. Super High says, when will I get a new job? Hello Jace, how are you? When will you? Well, it seems like you could have accepted an offer. You might have not noticed it was an offer and the death card. So it's like this cycle's over. So I would say this job's coming to you very, very quickly. Because this death card. So the more that you realize that the death card, if it comes up, means that if you were in an unemployment cycle, that's going to be over soon. So I'm good. Thank you, Jace. Dee says, hi, hello, will I get a job offer soon? Oh my god. Okay, Moon, don't trust what other people say to you. There's a lot of bad advice coming in for you. Heart is healing. So it might be that you were actually a little bit scared or didn't want to take on the same jobs that you normally do. Realize your heart is healing for that and that it's okay for you to take in another job that's about the same as what you've done before. Wheel of Fortune, trust the universe. It's taking you where you need to go. I wouldn't say a new job anytime soon, but it tends to work quite quickly when you just trust it and let the universe guide you instead of the other way around. Mohini says, AJ's current feelings for me, any action you see, says Mohini. and then I'll try to do flow afterwards. Love and light from South Africa. That's lovely to hear. Love and light to you too, Aretha. Okay, so AJ's current thoughts and feelings. They're in a space that they're really getting into that age that they're a little bit scared that other people are going to judge them a lot more. So they're kind of withdrawing from a lot of things that mostly keep them happy. Page of Wands means that they haven't really learned how to take on that journey yet with you. The cards, the romantic angel cards say trust, and they're also saying flirt. So the situation's calling you to have faith and extend your light-hearted energy to others. So me talking, yeah, phlegm in my throat. It's because I don't sit up straight, guys. That's my problem. So there you go, Mahini. So Flo says advice for my guides for September. Thank you guys for being so patient. So advice for your guides in September. Okay. I think that you've gone through a lot recently, and it's okay to be feeling very emotional in September. There's also the feeling that you really want other people to be dependent on. Not maybe not like financially but more emotionally. But I feel like you're not going to get it this September. It seems like you're calling in your soulmate. So if you're with someone, this might be like getting them more understanding of what you really want them to be. Or if you're single, this person's coming in probably at the end of September. So there's kind of a little bit that I could say to you is that just look after yourself. Um, take rest if needed, and work on like how you feel about yourself, because it's okay to be always that kind of happy go lucky person, like the one that makes other people happy. But if you're always like that, then people are taking advantage of you. There's also a feeling of decluttering your space or clearing up that space to bring in a little bit more kind of change for you. Four of Pentacles and just some saving. So it doesn't feel like there's a lot coming in for September. But there seems to be also just looking after yourself, kind of giving yourself time to realize that sometimes you don't need to be as strong for others because you need to be looking after yourself as well. Lily says, what is the job of my future spouse? I could try that. Hello, Jordan. How are you? I feel like it's more like an architect or maybe not an architect, but definitely someone that's a landscape artist. Someone that does like landscaping, I think. Like that feeling like he's chasing the bunny, he wants the thing, but he's also like this is not the right shape, guys. You need to go and get the right shape. So that's what I feel like is Lily. It's either like an architect or landscape designer, someone that does like this kind of feeling of like changing things to make people happy. That's what I would say. Yolanda says, what's coming towards me? That's a very pretty butterfly, Yolanda. There's a feeling of being alone or being different from others. Maybe you'll be starting to kind of go in your own direction compared to other people, which might be just a wake-up call that you might be going through um, a spiritual journey instead of like, and that can mean that you'll feel slightly like, like people go, oh yeah, spiritual journey. So you're like, don't really want that month, you know. A Knight of Wands and Ace of Cups. So new love's coming in. Knight of Wands is that you're actually getting some abundance coming in. You're going to get a lot more general like journey. So lots of things coming in that are good. But yeah, you probably need to go through this spiritual journey before you get to the other side. So Anita says, why does my boyfriend A Scorpio say I'm noisy, stressed with the job, need space, try to forget his ex Tanya, etc. Hmm. There is definitely a feeling of pushing you away. So this can be that this person wants to have more space. There's also a feeling of chasing money instead of that love. Not wanting kids. So it's kind of a feeling like he's not really telling you exactly what's on his mind. And just like not really kind of caring how you feel. I think that's the general thing. This also says you deserve love. You're lovable. When I usually get this card is like, well, how keep doing what you're doing, but at the end of the day, if it doesn't change, and he's still trying to push you away, realize that you are lovable, that you deserve love. DJ Kiwi says, will the people drag me in the drama in the future? Do you see moving on fully from the energy? Okay. So DJ Kiwi, there's High Priestess in reverse. I think you have to realize that you are putting yourself in this situation. I think that you're also not manifesting a a place that you can keep them in your lives without them creating the drama. So the Death card and the Ace of Pentacles is that you have to see a way through this, which you're probably doing because the Death card is up, right? But you also have to take that offer of them not being in your life. Ashi says, hello, may I ask what I can expect to happen in the next 2 weeks? Oop, I came out the front. The hermit. You're gonna start really taking a back step in a lot of people's lives just to see what happens. You're also not going to take on a lot of other things coming in. The things that are coming in that are good, you have enough understanding, enough intuition to hold on to the things that you want and discard the things that you don't want. So it seems like you're taking like a back step on a lot of things. It says be bold and make a first move. So it seems like the moonology is like, okay, you might not want the things that you have right now, but that's okay. Like, you can kind of change that, and you can actually make the first move on things that you want. Nasmia, the chat goes so fast that I just can't. you know. So I'll try yours again. What are Rajab's current feelings for me? It seems like they're learning how to trust you, get to know you. So it seems like there's a little bit of curiosity and that ability to determine whether they want to actually choose you. That's one thing that I would definitely say. The other thing that I would say is that they're scared. They're scared of things, bad things happening that happened in the past. So they're actually scared to kind of fall into things. So allow them to naturally approach you. That's what I would say to you. And trust. This situation's calling you to have faith. So trust that they're slowly coming towards you. I'm going good, thank you, SSK. Thank you, Luna. Is my person almost free from negative karma ties? It seems like they are physically. In imagination, I don't think so. So their imagination's still tied to that negative karma. And I think it's just the thought more than anything else. So it's more that they haven't discarded or let go of things that have not served them. But I would definitely say the physicality is fine. So I think in the future, as soon as it kind of starts being less of a thought, it will pass for their mind as well. Will Wilhelm fall in love with me when we date in the future? This might have a hard time. This person's quite self-absorbed. That's what I would say, Joe. And this person tends to not share anything. You know that you are one of their pick, but they seem to be very caught up in their own brain, and if they're caught up in their own brain, they don't tend to um care what they like, what you want. They'll want what they want. It says very soon for the romance angel tarots. So it says clearly decide what you want, so it comes to you now. So Dua says, please tell me I am Samia. Will marry Samia, and will it happen? So this is interesting. There seems to be a codependency flag for you. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. You deserve love, you're lovable, and new love. So a new person has stirred your romantic affections. So it might not be this person. That's what I would think from the romantic angels tarot. And the normal tarot is not giving me any kind of feeling of like love. This person tends to be quite um like he might even describe you as friends instead of like, you know. Rupali says, will Sirachi Bhutia reach out to me in the next 3 or 4 days with an updated offer? They offered a job, but they're negotiating. I think so, yes. I feel like that would be true, Rupali, from the questions that I'm getting. Sima says, will I have success at my exams in September? Firstly, don't get too afraid and don't get too much in your headspace. Because I do see that happening both. And that's what's going to hurt your score more than anything. Because you know the material, you just feel like like you get kind of caught up in your feelings. Take time to breathe out. That's a good card for that. So it definitely see you going well, but I also feel like if you get caught down, you're just going to be sorry, I was going to sneeze then. Is it gone? Hopefully. Take time to breathe out. So just take time to relax while you're doing the question. Angelina says, what do my cousins think of me now? I wrote to them with no contact. Do they hate me? They don't hate you. They're probably thinking about their own thing more than they're thinking about you. So do realize that most people, when they're thinking, they're really not thinking about what you're thinking, you know. So they're like they kind of do their own thing, you know. So they don't hate you, they're just doing their own thing, being busy with their own thing. Sonia says, hi dear, why did the universe want to marry someone in the past? You use Romance Angel Tarot as please use Romance Angel Tarot as well. Okay, so it seems like there's an engagement for your love life. And this could be the one. So that's the case. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So it seems like, yeah, that's true. The Magician in reverse. You might not be calling in anybody, that's better. Does that make sense? Like, there's no kind of, how would I explain it? The Magician works with the ideas that we have in our brain. So if you were talking about manifestation and you were like, I want this person with this kind of eyes and this kind of accent, you know, you're not calling anybody because you're not really thinking about that kind of imagination. So it seems like this is the perfect person for you, because there's no kind of radar for anybody else. There's also not a feeling of thinking in the future. It's more like focus on the present. So it does seem to be that case, yes. Enchantress says, is AR falling for me? What does he want from me? He doesn't know yet. He's indecisive. Seems like he doesn't understand what he really wants from you. And it's kind of a weird thing. He might be slightly how can I explain it? You're not completely his type, but that I'm saying to you as in he might not imagine being with you. You're very welcome, Sonia. Luck is on your side, and heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. So it seems like this person might have not, um, might have seen you for the first kind of couple of times, and how can I explain it? They're not. They were taken back by you. You know. Hello, Lords. How are you? So yeah, I feel like this person's falling in love with you. Well, they're showing some signs of attraction, so that seems to be the case. I would feel. Uh Jade says, "What is Aries' current feelings for me? Please take a romantic angels tarot for me." You're very welcome, Jades. I will definitely do that. It seems to retreat is in order. It's kind of to disconnect from the world. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. There's also engagement. So those could be the things that are coming in for this relationship. But I do like this. This seems to be over flirtation. So either he's very bad at flirtation or you are. We'll just go with he is. The hangman in upright means that this person is kind of waiting to fall into this. So they're not kind of really falling into it straight away, but they're gonna have to kind of fall into it eventually. Poocha, unfortunately, give me a minute because I need to do quite a lot of question ones as well. Dewey says, "A feeling person I'm connecting now, a Scorpio. Does he love me? See me, his wife." There seems to be a tower moment, but I also see two of cups. So it seems like you might have a little bit of a tower moment, and you guys have to then work on that. It's safe for you to love. Open your heart and receive that highest energy of all, and playfulness to recapture romance. Allow your youthful spirit to shine. But I do see two of cups here, so I think you guys might go through a couple of ups and downs, a little bit of a kind of reevaluation how you both want your relationship to go. And then I definitely see you guys settling into lifelong partners, because I do see that happening for you. Yes. I wouldn't say that's out of the realm of possibility at all for you both. SSK says, "When will my brother get married?" How many years until... Well, it seems about 4 years from now. What day? 4 years from now. Tuesday? I feel like a marriage on Tuesday. So 4 years from now on Tuesday, they get married. SSK, there you go. Question 1 says, "I'm going to be successful with the projects I'm going to deal with this year at work." You definitely need to get up and go. You you gotta light that fire. The Emperor and the... It seems like there's kind of a couple of things that I definitely would add to this. Is the projects are either definitely a little bit too hard, or you see people doing something very stupid. You can remind them to do it a certain way, but do realize that sometimes you have to just take that. Some other projects that you have at work are not going to be fulfilling. So it's time to release any negativity that you might have for these projects. It might be actually more like a thought thing, and just keep on being more positive with your team, and it's time to take action. So definitely be the go-getter and the kind of cheerleader for your team. But I definitely feel like they'll go well. Stormy, yes, it is there. Why did my ex save my number in his mobile phone? He has a new partner. Because he hasn't let go yet, he also wants you on the back burner in case he breaks up with his girlfriend. So, do you realize that you're probably like that case if he changes his mind, so I'd be a little bit worried about that. You're very welcome, Emludes. Hello, will my servant son come back? A second son? Shariti? So Shariti. I don't I don't know about that. He's kind of keeping low profile. I feel like he's done it on purpose, Shariti, more than anything else. So he's kind of run away on purpose. So I don't think he's coming back. Flame says, should I apply for my Canadian residence card? Oh my lord, tonight, just don't worry about me flubbing my English. Should I apply for my residence card? Okay, so there's something here. Be careful how you apply for it, because it might be a little bit of a struggle one way compared to another. It might be actually don't apply in person, apply online, I think. Temperance, be patient. And Death Card, you might as well apply for it this year, in case you really need it, you know. So it seems like just be patient, kind of work out how you're gonna. Yeah, Flame, that's. Thank you, Samia. Seme says, can I ask about my future husband's job? This question is funny. He does a lot of complaining. um, I think accountants or something that works with a lot of like maybe data entry. It's something that has to do with money, but he's always complaining about his job because he's like it's balancing books. I think that I would definitely say more accountant stuff than anything else. Yeah. Dealing with people putting things in the wrong kind of areas, and he's like, do you know what happened to me today? If he got put in the wrong thing, and then we got charged for this, and then Lars says, what does he feel about me? Hangman, King of Wands. He doesn't want to like enter a relationship, even though he's technically very much like a person that tends to fall in love quite easily, so he's been hurt a little bit before. So he's got to go through this forgiving and learning. As you release and heal from the past, you experience more love in your present moments and let go of any control. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So do you give him time to get close to you? Death cards are great, Flamme. Don't worry about the death card. Death cards are good. So usually the cycle that you're in, that's why I said that you would get it, because the death card means that if you're unemployed and the death card shows up, that means that you get into the cycle of like employment. Hello, Alina. So the death card's good. It's just like a change from what you are now. Don't worry about that. Pilali says, Sundip, when will he reconcile? I think very soon. It seems like this person's getting their life on track. So I definitely feel like it's sooner than that. Nunu, I haven't read you yet, my love. Kimberly says, how does Emmanuel feel about me? No communication. You need to be more in control of this situation. This person's worried that you haven't contacted them, so they're in a worry headspace about contacting you, but they don't want to contact you in case you contact them. So it's like this kind of circle. So yeah, if you want to contact them, please do, because they're a little bit worried. Katika, thank you for the like. What does my boyfriend think and like most about me? Spirit. Okay. So, what does your boyfriend like most about you? He does like that you're not really fettered about you kind of release yourself from your headspace, so you're not in a period of worrying about everything like some women are. The Empress in reverse. Yeah. This is interesting. This feels like the thinking that you're quite a steady person. You don't tend to be very kind of like, that bit where go with the flow, just like more like spontaneous, I guess. Like you tend to not have that spontaneous. Spirit Angel wants to know. It seems like there's not a lot of like new ideas between you guys, and that might be something that in the future might be a problem, because if someone like you guys don't have the new ideas, then you won't know where the relationship's going. But can you learn that? I think you can. I don't think that's something that won't happen. Queen Rita says, will I get promoted in my current job? Firstly, Queen Rita, you might be quite a blunt person. The cards are saying be kind of a little bit nicer to people around you. This might be just be more tactful. There's also a feeling that you have to share a lot more, like share the delegation, share the responsibilities around. In the High Priestess, when it comes to arguing for a pay rise, you don't give them a good example or a good enough reason to give them a pay rise. So that's what I would say. So I definitely feel like if you work on this, especially the reason why you need a pay rise, why you should deserve a pay rise, then you will get one. Or a promotion. Sorry. I say pay rise and I mean promotion. Sorry about that. Info says, what is A hiding about his work situation for me? That he has to work quite hard. So it seems like that's the case. Like, working really hard. There's also a feeling like you might not listen or you might not care about like how much harder he's working or what he's feeling. Casey, you have to put it in a question again, please, for me. Alina, should I apply to Canadian universities for my PhD or stay in my country and work on my business? Please, I'm really confused about this. So it seems like yes for the Canadian thing. Like the work on your own business in your own country might be too hard. So it might be like yes, for working on it later. Does that make sense? But not in your country. Mealy says, what do I need to know for September? Okay, so the Empress and the Devil. So you have a period of temptation in September for you, which you should start thinking about what the temptations are, just to kind of rid yourself of the cycles that you can be in. It's also the Empress is reverse, so therefore there's no creativity coming in. So you can harness your creativity in September and break yourself into like using this more because it's needed in September. A personal issue reaches resolution in September too. So I feel like this is about learning more about yourself in September, working on bad habits, maybe using the creative control to kind of give yourself like like what would I say, chain good habits together, so therefore they're all together. So that's the thing I would definitely say. Love Good says, will my family be fine with me not talking to them anymore? I just want to move on with my life. Yeah, they'll be fine. From these cards, I definitely feel like you'll be fine too. They'll just be doing their own thing. Love Good. Fatima says, what does he think about me? You're very welcome, Mealy. So, the Emperor and the King of Swords in reverse. This person might feel a little bit more older in their head. They might not be physically older than you, but they definitely feel older. King of Swords as well in reverse means this person's in a state of like, how would I explain it? Not being very nice about things, let's say. I usually say they get prone to anger in reverse form, but sometimes people argue and say, oh, they're not angry. Separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon, so it might be actually time to give them some space, give them time to think about things. Valerie says, please, will my son's father succeed taking my son away from me, please? Okay, so the Empress removed. King of Cups. there seems to be not, like, you both are not going to be happy about this. I think your son's going to be staying with you, but there's kind of this bit where you both will have shared custody or something like that. So I don't think that you will. But I do see your son moving in with his father when he gets older. Maybe Fatima. But I would definitely say to you is have faith in your dreams. Is just keep on going with this. But I don't see him taking your son. Okay, so Chainmate says, will Medi reach out to me today? Very happy. It was very good. They don't know when they're going to contact you again or when they're not going to be busy, but they definitely were really happy that you contacted them. So that's the case. You're very welcome, Valerie. Okay. Samia says, my Telegram account has been offline for 4 months. How does my ex feel when he checks his account now? It's more like waiting for you to come back, pretty much. That's what I would say. Waiting for you to come back somewhere. So I definitely feel like that's the case. Arita says, does Kay want to come back and reconcile, or do I need to move on? I think that you should move on. I don't see them coming back, unfortunately. Okay. Kate Annie says, what efforts can I do to reconcile with Redman his true feelings for me, please? I think that you can reconcile with him. The cards are saying show yourself happiness first and then spread it to others. I definitely see him working hard to come back in the future. So don't worry. I feel like he will come back to you on his own. And the cards are saying reconciliation. So I feel like definitely just wait for him to come back to you. Um I hope that helped. Kitty says, who's coming towards me in love, please? You're very directed at one person. There's also, like, Kitty, you're not excited. You're not excited about anybody that's, like, around you, which means that you might be, like, pining for someone, and it definitely feels like separation. Time apart from your partners on the horizon, so you might be still, like, holding on to someone from your past. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So I think just be excited and get out there and see what people come in, because it seems like it might take you a while to warm up to people. So that's the case. No worries, Katie. So I definitely feel like it might be that you're just holding yourself back. That's what I would feel. Anita says, does my boyfriend tell me about me To his friends and family, what do they think? You're very welcome, Kitty. No, he keeps he keeps a lot to himself. So he might tell them about you, but he does keep everything else to his chest. And he's also like afraid of like telling them too much in case you get stolen away from him. So it's more like to keep you close. So that's what I would say. Nina says, hello, if I marry him, will I have a peaceful and successful life? Please, romance angels. The tarot card says, trust the future. You are going, trust it. You deserve love. You are lovable, and you're calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help you bring you together. So it seems like the universe has a plan for you. Um, I don't know whether it's with this person, but it feels like you know exactly where you're going. So I would trust you. Trust your intuition on this. Richard says, what's coming towards me in love? I've never been in a relationship. Okay, so Emperor. Richard, this is interesting because it seems like moderation's in order. And also, the Emperor is kind of like, you might be putting out the wrong energy in general. That you're very welcome, Nina. That you're very unapproachable when you're not. So it might just be that you're putting on kind of like a space where people don't talk to you. Unrequited love. You might be also like more likely to chase after people that are not interested in you. And you should just flirt with the people that you're interested in. So it seems like there's nothing coming to you, but there's like lots of energy that you can apply to this. Excuse me. Tanya says, what does T think about me? She is my sis, but I feel some negativity. She's always going to be judgmental. She's your sister. She's also going to think that you're very optimistic. And sometimes that's the case is that sisters can be quite a bully, but don't think that that's a bad thing. I missed you too. I will give you a general in a second. So it's like one of those things that she might just be trying to knock you down a peg, but at the same time, she's your sister, so she still loves you. But yeah, you know that thing, sisters will kill you. So LH8 asks for a general reading. Is everyone on the second question? Oh no, Aishu. So Chariot. So you're kind of stuck right now, not really moving, and there's no physical moves planned. So you're not going to move job or house anytime soon. There is the energy of like reaching out and connecting with others instead of always trying to do things alone or pushing people away that wanna actually kind of connect with you. Nothing's yet set in stone, so there's something that's not yet there. You are good enough, and a win-win outcome is forecast. So it seems like there's a couple of things that's on your mind recently. There's like three questions here, And those are your answers for those things. If that helped you. Okay, so here's on question 1. Emily says, I would like to quit my job and start a business. What is the advice? Do you realize that not a lot of people are going to be your fans straight away? Be okay with that. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Kind of look for anything that you can monetize, even if it's small. I kind of deal with that. The Fool. Um, uh, just keep on going. You know, that bit where, like, a lot of people say if they knew how hard it was to be doing what they're doing, they they wouldn't have started at all. And realize when something's not working. So don't struggle with it. Kind of pivot and walk away from things that are not helping you. So, in general, I feel like there's a lot of things to learn. You might have to start this business while you're working, just so these things don't hurt you as much. But at the same time, I think you've got quite a lot of backbone and you're kind of like a true believer in what you want. So I don't see like you failing. There's just these things that might be a little bit harder if you lose your, well, you quit your job now. If that helps. TT says, I'm learning Forex. It's so hard. It is. Will I will I make progress and money in Forex? Okay, so yeah, no distractions for you. There's also a feeling like you're not looking in the right place when it comes to it. So you're not looking in the right area. The Empress, there's not enough creativity. And King of Wands, you kind of get distracted. So I feel like biggest things that stop you doing what you're doing is the distractions there. Um and the not seeing the options and the lack of creativity. So it seems like the thing is that you might be lacking these things that can help you. So I feel like stay determined, stay persistent, but also to kind of seek out different ideas and different knowledge of what other people would think, you know. So sometimes it's hard because you get taught one way and then other people have different systems, and you should be really aware that everybody's got a different system. And so therefore learn which ones are more suited to you. Aruchi says current feeling and next action of Adash. I feel like the current feelings of Adash are like watching things from a perspective of not accepting things. So this person's not accepting things quite quickly. And current feelings is not taking action. So it's like this person's procrastinating on a lot of things. Yeah, I definitely feel the procrastination. You're very welcome, TT. SSK says, when will we be settled in this new place? Finding it difficult. Just this shifted. You'll, okay. Yeah, I think as you start getting out of your hermit phase and you start actually going and exploring outside your physical boundaries. So as soon as you get outside your house, then you will start actually enjoying this place much more. Show the world the real you and work through your fears. So yeah, time to go outside. Try and learn a lot of of people. Like maybe join a local gym. It's something like that. Anastasia says, question one, if I married Tahangya, would we have a loving, peaceful, lasting lifetime marriage? I think that some people will be always kind of complaining about your marriage, but that's okay. You guys need to retreat, sometimes disconnect. Very soon, clearly decide what you want so it comes to you right now. And children, your love life is being affected by children. So I feel like this could be a very possible outcome for both of you. There's also a choice of a journey. So this would be more of a lifetime partnership than just a marriage. Pooja, what's your question? Thank you, Mary. So Kishi says, Seth, marriage. Yes or no? Seth, marriage. Come on. It says no to that. The Kashi. Elsa says, a question, what's the connection between me and Shazad guidance? Okay, so there seems to be a celebration or joy or hope coming in for both of you. So it seems like there's a lot of spring in the air for this. The Emperor in upright, you might have to get this person to be a lot more playful. They're quite serious in general. Oh, that just went. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. There might not be as much energy right now for this person. The signs are cautioning you as well. So do realize that this person might be going through a lot and they have to work on themselves before they actually get a partner. Pooja says, when will a repta, a third party, leave my childhood time connection? What do you mean by that? I'll pull some cards and see what I can find, Pooja. I feel like this person's already kind of left, but the more like you have memories or thoughts about them more than they think about you, you know? So I feel like that's the case. Mary says, well, why is my ex still spy on me? Why he's in a serious relationship? He feels unloved sometimes, so he goes to what he knows and he kind of doesn't moderate his screen time, so he tends to check on everybody. Aripta is the third party in my connection. I feel like this person's left. The Kashi says, Madav, marry me, yes or no? There is a perhaps to that, so it says maybe. It's more perhaps than yes. Risha says, should I date a who is everything I want in a guy? It's still saying perhaps should fix things with your ex. The pendulum's definitely saying no to that. So I definitely would say no. Yes. It's probably because you might not want everything you want in a guy. It's being a smartass tonight. Sorry about that. uh, Ashu says, will I get a lot of proposals in college and how will it be like? Proposals as like marriage proposals? I don't think so. You might be far too busy thinking about like saving money, where you're going to eat, and how to clean your dorm room. So I feel like you'll be really working a lot on just doing things. Nina says, question one, my boyfriend has a niece that he will take as his own child. In the future, will she love me as much as she loves her mom, which is my boyfriend's sister? I think so. I think so. Do you realize that she might sometimes say things that are kind of like hurtful? But that's because like she's just needing to control her temper or her anger sometimes. But she does love you. She's gonna learn to be very much like you become. How would I explain it? Like maybe a bigger sister more than a mom. I guess that's what I would say. The 1990. You were born the year after me. What is my ex energy towards me now? Do you see good energy, no contact? I don't see like any like this like a guy coming back towards you. He's not manifesting you at all. Um yeah. There's like this person just wants to be left alone, I guess. That's what I would say. Now you know how old I am. uh I said perhaps. There you go. Perhaps. There you go. Um But Janet, do you see me reconcile with in September with my ex? I do see that, but do you work like show you your self love before this person and let them work harder at the relationship? But I do see that. New Nanu says, how does initials Ki E feel towards me, please? They might have got annoyed with you in the past, but I feel like that's the past. They also want you to be a little bit more like them, which is more methodical and a lot more planned out and a lot more um analytical. I feel like that, instead of like you normally see the bigger picture, you're not so much like caught up in the smaller details, and they tend to get a little bit annoyed with that. They kind of but I don't think that they hate you. There's no hate here. It's just like they like doing things their way, you know. Lena says, how does he feel about me? Well, he's definitely manifesting you, but he doesn't want to look after you or take care of you. This could be because this person's had that feeling before. This could be also them, you know. So this could be a kind of, I don't want to look after someone else, but this is also because they feel like they've always not been looked after. So it's safe for you to love, open your heart, and give the and receive the highest energy of all is the Romance Angel Tarot for that question. Um, Empress says, my ex chose a wrong partner and now he's in coma. How does he feel? The living conditions that he's created for himself. He still loves himself. He's still kind of happy. And he's going with the universe. So this person's kind of like, that bit where um he's a pig in the mud. He doesn't care how muddy the situation is. He's just doing his own thing. So it's hard because he's just going with it. So PJ says, what's coming in love for me in 2022? Can someone answer Sakeshi's question with a maybe, because that's what came up. Perhaps, and that's hard because it's not a yes and no, and I'm not gonna ask the pendulum because it's gonna get angry. You know that bit where it's like, I already answered you. um Butterfly, will me and AK talk our hearts out? A present situation, is he going fine? Is there a lot that needs to be sorted out? Ah, sometimes see saying, give me a second. So, you guys need to talk about how he's going, because he feels very like he's taking a lot on himself, Butterfly, and he's kind of like dealing with that himself. So you've got to kind of talk to him about that because you're very different from him. So that's the case. I did, PJ? Let me draw different questions for you. So apparently, PJs, you need to release your ex. I think so, Butterfly. So with PJ, you need to release your ex. You need to be more in the present moment, and you need to declutter. So it seems like you're still not in the place to like yeah, this is your cards to go to your next kind of relationship, because you're holding on to your ex. So that's the case. So those are pulled for you, PJ. Okay, so Angel, can me and my love collaborate to work together? Example, couple singer, business together, YouTube family. I definitely feel so, Angel. Based on these cards, the world is like going traveling, seeing a bigger picture. The other thing that I would say is you both have a very healthy sense of self, so anything that comes in is going to be good for both of you. So I definitely say yes. Okay. So butterfly, I answered yours. I pulled the cards, but I answered yours. Sea Saint, what's coming towards me the rest of 2022? Do you kind of regulate the amount of, I was going to say alcohol, but I don't know whether it is that or just like over consumption of something that's more like liquid. Declutter your space a little bit, clean some areas. Also, don't be worried about the future because only good things are around the corner for you. So there's like surprises back. So it's weird because this feels more like water. That's the weirdest thing is C saying is this can be a card of over flirtation, but I feel like overconsumption. You want to romance Angel Tarot? Okay. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So I hope that helped you. Yeah, I would say so, yes, butterfly to that. 10x. Don't know. I don't know. People will tease people because they're just, you know. I have no idea, Jacqueline. Sonia says, what is the advice of angels for my relationship with Jana in the future? Just the romance. Okay, sorry. I pulled some for the other ones, but you know. Let your friends help you. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. And very soon, clearly decide what you want so you uh what you want so it comes to you now. There's also that your heart is healing, so take it steady. There's two choices of like this is at a crossroads, so choose where you want. So um I'll finish in 10 minutes, guys, because I'm don't know what happened. That text was not meant for this live at all. It's okay, Jacqueline. So, Pooja, a romance tarot's for you. Okay, so you're calling in your soulmate. Your prayers and affirmations and visualizations help you bring you closer together. You deserve love. You're lovable. Apparently, there's a honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So this might be just a holiday because you're not really thinking about a honeymoon, but you might go on holiday and meet your soulmate. So that would be absolutely amazing. But yeah. Sun Goddess says, I've been stressing a lot. Am I safe now? I think you're very, very safe. The Fool, Page of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. Oh, I see why you might be feeling a little bit under weather. Yeah, I think that you might have just got really stressed, and so therefore your stress has become because of finances. You haven't balanced your checkbook in a while, and it's stressing you out, and stressing you out has led you to anger. But the full upright means that you're going to go through the next couple of months just going with the flow, going with everything. So that's a good thing. Okay. So Tika says, "Do you think emerald greenstone can bring me luck in money? Uh, Psychic told me an article of Gemini May birthstone. A lot of green stones can bring you luck, but it's based on belief. But the interesting thing is that there's a lot of where, like, you might be overspending. I feel like that's the case, and there's not a lot of money coming in. Surrender to the divine. Expect powerful change. So I think, like, surrender a lot of, like, your worries to the divine. And that's the case. Okay, so we got some pendulum ones. Cassian says, "I love romance. A reading for me, please." A reconciliation, apparently, Cassian. Someone from your past is returning to your life. There's kind of a retreat, time to disconnect from the world and stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So there you go, Cassian. Hello, Katie. What is the feelings of pressure for you? Seems like this person's getting out of something that they were physically stuck and they're actually choosing a direction. So I feel like it's more positive that they're coming to you. I would definitely say from this. Okay, pendulums. We've got 5 minutes, so the last questions I will finish is the pendulums today. Just pendulum sits on me. Is Javid worried that maybe something bad will happen to me? Is Javid. Yes, Javid is worried about something happening to you. I don't know why, but it's a yes for that question. Butterfly says, Pendulum, is he really shifting to a different place? Will he get back together as he used to be? Okay, is he shifting? No, he's not shifting to a different place. Will you get back together like you used to be? The pendulum says yes to that. Aunt Cal says pendulum AJ's current feelings towards me. I don't know whether. So, does AJ love you? So that's a yes to that. You can't always ask like very complicated questions for pendulum. Fatima says, does he angry because we can't meet each other now? It says perhaps to that question, so it's more than that, but I would definitely say it's part of that. Astra says, will I be able to translate classic books and make money this year? The pendulum says yes to that, Astra. Ashu says, do they love me like I do? It's a perhaps. Do they love you more than you do? They say yes to that. They love you more than you do to them. But that's from their point of view. So, Pendulum says, Butterfly says, Cass, is he upset or angry with me? Perhaps. There's kind of a little bit where I would say it's just annoying. It's just being annoyed, you know? Yes. it's just annoyment. It's like that bit where he's just annoyed because he doesn't know what to do. No, he knows what to do, but he's just annoyed. Some correction on that. Jacqueline says, "Am I destined to be with Zach?" Yes, apparently yes to that. Cassandra says, "Picture lip, am I in trouble with the police?" Ugh. It's like not knowing what to say about that. Um, are you in big trouble with the police? No. Are you in small trouble with the police? Yes. Yes, like small trouble. There was something maybe a little bit, just a little bit. um, but yeah, you're not trouble, big trouble, you know. um, Gayatri says, "Does G love me? Does G love Gayatri?" Confused by that. Does he know love? Yes. Okay. Does he love her though? It says perhaps on that, so maybe it happens on the date, you know. Will he reconcile with you? It's saying yes to that, Gayatri. Princess, definitely come back tomorrow. Does Kriti says, "Does Prashat love you?" Perhaps. So that would be all the questions tonight, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow because I didn't do a reading tomorrow, but I am going to finish it off for tonight because I'm tired. So I will see you all tomorrow, hopefully earlier than this one, because, you know, I love you all. Have a good night. Bye bye. Ciao.